Do you have low energy? Are you experiencing weight gain, migraines, headaches? Do you get tingling in your hands and feet, cold hands and feet? Have your lateral third of your eyebrows start to thin out, or you're losing your hair? Do you get brittle nails? Do you have problems with dry skin? Do you have PMS? Are you constipated? Do you have high blood pressure? Do you have high cholesterol? Is your get up and go got up and went? If you said yes to some of these, it could be a sign of low thyroid function. Hi, this is Dr. Rodger Murphree, your fibrodoctor.com, author of Treating Beating Fibromyalgia and Chronic Syndrome. I find in my practice about 70% of the patients that I work with fibromyalgia have a problem with their thyroid that's never been properly diagnosed or has not been properly treated. So in today's video, I want to share with you how you can self-test to see do you have a low metabolism, which would be indicative of a low thyroid. So you certainly can get blood tests, although it's a challenge to go. Most doctors won't do the thorough testing that I recommend, which I recommend that you get TSH, free and total T3, T4, reverse T3, and thyroid antibodies. Very few doctors will do that. Another way just to check on your own is to see what is your body temperature. So your temperature is a sign of your metabolism. It's cellular energy. The heat in the cells will show how much metabolism, how much cellular energy you have. Normally you want your temperature to be, you've heard, right, 98.6. But we can self-test, and this is how you do it, to see what your temperature is to get an indication of how well your thyroid's doing. So what I want to encourage you to do is get a mercury thermometer or basal thermometer, and you want to shake that down. And then before you get out of bed in the morning, you want to put it in your armpit, underneath your arm. Leave it there for 10 minutes before you get out of bed, and you want to do that over a 7-day period. Then take the average. Okay, now what you should see is that your temperature should be 97.8 or above. That's a sign of a good, healthy metabolism and probably a good, healthy thyroid. Now, you can also use a digital thermometer. If you use a digital thermometer, you'll take your blood pressure 1 to 2 hours after you wake up, but do it underneath the tongue. Same thing. If it's 97.8 or above, it's good. Now, what about if either one of them show it's below 97.8? Well, if they do, that's a sign of low metabolism and low thyroid. When my patients self-test or they in the group coaching program, if they see that, then I encourage them to take an over-the-counter thyroid supplement called Thyroid 130. Thyroid 130 contains just T3. It has no T4 in it. That's why you can get it over the counter. But it doesn't matter because T3 is the active hormone. T4 is inactive. A lot of people are taking Synthroid or levothyroxine, which are synthetic T4 medications. But T4's got to convert into the active T3. You can live without T4, but not T3. Fortunately, we're able to get T3 over the counter. You can take that, at least in a glandular form, and my patients do very, very well. So if you're battling fatigue, headaches, migraines, tingling in your hands and feet, cold hands and feet, hair loss, dry skin, brittle nails, poor immune function, achy pain, anxiety, depression, high cholesterol, these are all signs of a low thyroid. Self-test, doing this temperature test, and see, do you have a low metabolism? If you do, then I encourage you to consider doing something like the thyroid product here. And if you got any questions, reach out to us at the clinic. We'll be happy to help any way we can. This is Dr. Rodger Murphree, your fibrodoctor.com, author of Treating Beating Fibromyalgia and Chronic Syndrome.